This bloke's completed, or just about, he's got morning glory on Friday, but another cracking year. We're talking about Matty Johns of New Tech. G'day, Matthew.
Hello, Joel, Fletch. How are you, boys?
I'm going good.
What's going on?
You're enjoying yourself, Matthew. Where are you at? Where are you today?
Mate, I'm out and about, just with my lovely wife. We just absolutely did a complete number on ourselves last night with
Yes.
some people and at our house, and then woke up and went, righto, decision to make. Do we nurse a hangover all day, or do we pick up ourselves, hop in the shower, put our slacks on and go out and just get back into it again?
Oh, that's good.
And we've gone for the B option.
Well, you've explained the B option before, Matty, the science behind it. Do you recall what that was? Because it does, unfortunately, make a lot of sense, doesn't it?
It does. So for people out there, young people who wanting one day to be alcos, what it is the fact that the thing that gives you a hangover are the enzymes in the liver trying to basically process the alcohol that's sitting there. Mm-hmm. But the moment you get back on it and get onto your second schooner, it actually basically abandons the fact that it's trying to make you recover and then starts processing it again. So within half an hour, mate, the hair of the dog it's factual. It happens. Like if you look at 3 hours ago, I was in an awful state. Now I've got the shine on and ready to go again.
Oh, nice work, nice work. Do you remember much of the game, Matthew, yesterday?
I do, Fletch.
Yep.
I do.
What a cracking game.
What an amazing game. And down at Manly here at the moment, there's people everywhere, mate, Broncos fans, just everywhere. Like so many people lots of Kiwis down here travelled over for the game. And it was, mate, one of the great grand finals. And Reece Walsh in the second half. I thought Melbourne would win on the fact of, over the years, there's been players who have had a really hot streak at the back end of a year, like, Caine did, several others. But every time they get to the end of the year and they run into the Melbourne Storm, Melbourne generally nullifies them, and I thought that'd be the case with Walsh. But, mate, his second half is, I reckon it's the best grand final performance that I've ever seen. I can't think of anyone better.
No, it was. I mean, he's done that now. His 15 minutes against Canberra was pretty special, but he turned that 15 minutes into 40, or probably 80, really, because he was pretty damaging in the first half. What about Melbourne, mate? I know they're always going to be thereabouts, but it's just two in a row now.
Yeah. It's funny, Fletch. Boys, we've spoken about this through the year. They've been the favourites from the opening bell, but they've never really, to me, played like, their form has never, to me, appeared like they were the competition favourites. And I reckon some of the early performances, they're putting big scores on teams in daytime football. And the concern for me mid-year was the fact that they were getting beat in night games in Melbourne, and they used to just choke sides out in night football in Melbourne, and the fact that they'd lost that ability to graft a little bit, and do the Melbourne things, the Penrith things, suffocate teams out of the contest. That was a concern to me. And then, last night, at half time, you could see the Broncos were still in there. Broncos are dangerous because they can accumulate points quick, but I didn't really see it coming. Didn't see it pan out the way that it did.
Matty, so they concede in that first set. The penalty, they get a leg up the other end, and they score a pretty easy try where Dean Mariner, what was he doing? Tiptoeing on the dead ball line. But
Mariner. Oh, I know.
But then they steadied the ship, and I think they completed with Sharon before, like 20 of 21, and it was the Storm back, and they were in a canter, and they were going to win the comp. And then they didn't. I was saying to Fletch, Matty, what about this? So I got the prices from Sportsbet. What are you really gambling with? Free confidence support. Visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. In the positions they found themselves this finals run, this is how remarkable and unlikely this run was. The sticky situation against Canberra, in live betting, they were 100-1. Against Panthers, They were 18-1. And yesterday they got out to $5.60. The probability of all those events happening back-to-back is 10,180 to 1. That's impossible.
Well, Joel, at the start of the year, I had a yarn to Madge toward the start of midway through the year, they'll have a difficult time. And he said the predicament he found himself in was when he arrived there, for the pre-season. When they did the testing, he said their fitness levels were really low. He said there was the lowest that, of all the sides he's coached, he said they were really low. And he said it was alarming because he said he had to basically put some steel into them. And for that reason, he said he had concerns whether they could go the distance. And he said there was more of a feeling to him that this year was going to be a season, whilst they could, no doubt win the comp, the next year he'd be ultra confident they'd win the competition. And so because he had to put so much training into them, but it's just come to fruition, and you can see the middle of the season they went through a difficult time. And that was because, Madge, there's no doubt, was just training them hard right to that point. But something happened that last third of the year. I think Madge he must have just taken the hands off him and just rode him hands and heels. And all that work he's done beforehand has just kicked in. I mean, that's the thing about all those comebacks and last night to come back against Melbourne like he did. And, a lot of criticism. The big knock on Madge has always been he's uncompromising. He's too much of a disciplinarian, trains his sides, too hard. He's ruthless. But, if you're going to win anything, right, you've got to pay the price. And if you've got players that are going to whinge when you're training hard, well, they're not the players who are going to win your competitions. And, I've never heard of a team that have won a competition in any sport that don't train their ass off. Yeah. And, that's what he's done.
Yeah, and they'll know now what's in for him this next off-season.
Well,
that's because they talk about... Reece Walsh spoke glowingly of Madge, saying at the start of the year, and as you mentioned, Matty, it's probably because they'd never experienced it. So they're going... Whereas when you're at Melbourne, even if you haven't played there, you've heard all these rumours and stuff that you're going to... So I suppose you're prepared a little bit better. But they wouldn't... They're not training any harder than a Melbourne Storm or any of these NRL clubs.
No, spot on, Fletcher. And that's the thing. Like Melbourne, I think one of the things that are the secret of the Melbourne success, their secret sauce is when players want to go to Melbourne, they are of the right character. And, I've spoken to players. I'm not going to name who the players were, but I've spoken to players before that have been flirting with Melbourne and casually asked me, is it true how hard they train? And when you say, yes, it is, they don't sign there. And that's one of the secrets of their success. Yeah. Players who sign at Melbourne are willing to pay the price. And that's what Madge has done. He's built that. And Madge, one of the things Madge has done really well, and there's no doubt, I think, he compromised a little bit through the season tactically, is I've always maintained there is a difference between the way that Sydney football and New South Wales football compared to Queensland football. Queensland football is built on just effort. When you hear them talk about state of origin, it's about second efforts, play to the 80 minutes. New South Wales, whatever, we always talk about X's and O's. And that has proven problematic in the past for New South Wales coaches trying to coach Queensland sides. And if you look at Anthony Seibold, now Seibs is a Queenslander, but his philosophies are very much built on that New South Wales style of football, X's and O's and whatnot, and it just didn't work there. Now, Madge has gone there, and he was very much X's and O's, but somewhere through the year, halfway through the year, I reckon he's compromised a little bit, and they've just found the sweet spot. And that's the thing that's carried him through the back end of the year.
Speaking of sweet spots, Matthew, now I know you are quite the judge on live theatre. You like going to the theatre and you love a concert. What about the big fella, Big Teddy, big face tattoos Teddy? What was your thoughts on his performance?
I thought he was fantastic. And speaking to people who were at the ground, they said the sound at the ground was phenomenal. It was great. I reckon it was one of our best pre-game entertainments. What are the punters saying?
I think they loved it. I think the new trend now is it's been back-to-back because Kid Leroy did the same thing with the NXS cover. You have to, it's compulsory the NRL now, have got to squeeze in an Aussie cover.
Yeah.
You boys agree?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what Springsteen does. When Springsteen goes to a country, he will, one of the songs that he'll play on the encores is a song that is synonymous with that country. And one of the things him and the E Street Band, which shows you the genius of AC/DC or George Young, the old Easy Beats song, Friday on My Mind. Well, he wanted to, when he first time he came to Australia, he said, mate, well, let's do Friday on My Mind, it's one of my favourite songs. The song was too complex, he couldn't do it. So he reverted to, I think it was the Church that did Just Like Firewood. You know that song?
Yep.
Sing it, Matthew.
Yes. That was his, Just Like Firewood, I burn up, just like firewood.
Right.
And
That
that was his thing. So, mate, and Teddy Swims comes out and he, mate, does TNT. Once that started, you go, mate, well, he's nailed it here. And, mate, I was so impressed by Teddy Swims, boys. I've actually, got a face tattoo early this morning.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Of what? What did you get?
A big
Trish?
a tarantula on my temple. It's good, and a teardrop. I've got the teardrop.
Oh, you know what that means? In your pockets hanging out. Trish is
Oh
holding
yeah,
your pocket.
yeah.
If he went to
Shout out all the
Germany,
boys at Long Bay.
if he went to Germany, and because I know Bruce Springsteen is quite popular in Dusseldorf,
Oh, was he?
do you feel it'd be
Right.
99 red love balloons? I reckon that might be the
well,
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be by Nina or maybe Falco's Tecumseh,
Okay.
maybe. Apart from that, or Scorpions, Fletch.
Oh, yes.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah, but that was the
yeah.
CIA, Matthew.
Yeah, that's right.
As we know. What does the off season look like for Matthew?
Going to go overseas for a little stint, Fletch.
Yes.
Go to Turkey, get the plugs redone.
Yep.
Wander around, go over to England, go up and see my dear mate Bryan Caine up around Manchester way. Apart from that, mate, not a lot. Probably like a lot of our listeners, just sit on the couch, have a few beers, get touch up on the drink, wake up in the morning, try to equate, level it out, do a bit of training, and just repeat, swim in the ocean. Think about taking up surfing again, Fletch.
Oh, Matthew, let's do it. I want to see you out at... okay, let's get out to Homebush Bay Board Riders. We'll go out to Urban Surf.
Homebush Bay Board
Well,
Riders.
I'm thinking about coming on a knee boarder. I mean, is that still a thing?
Yes. There's a bloke... you probably will get criticised, and maybe you might not get a wave because we'd rather you be a boogie boarder than a knee boarder.
Well, I could do that. Maybe, what about body surfing?
Yes.
Does that count?
Yeah, get the big timber hand surfer.
The paddles.
Yeah, you'd be good at that, Matthew. You'd be great.
Yeah, mate. Well, I'm thinking about that, Fletch. Taking up, mate. I've got the mini mal, the hybrid board out, and thinking about getting out there, paddling out with that. Because I had a beer with Uncle Joey on Saturday.
Yes.
And Joey was urging me. He said, mate, let's get back. Come on, mate, get back into the surfing. And I went, you know what? I said, I just might do it. My greatest fear is embarrassment. But, I reckon I've got Joey as my left bow and you as my right bow. I'm going to be okay.
You'll be right. You'll be right
mate.
about that. How was Uncle Joey?
Joey was good,
Yeah.
mate. Very, mate. He was really, really happy. I mean, look, he was miserable. But when he's miserable, it's when he's at his happiest.
Right.
And he had ailments. He was complaining about his neck and his back and his knee was playing up. And so, mate, for him to have all those ailments, and he was over the moon. He's so good.
Matty, well done, mate. You've had a great year. You've got Morning Glory just in front of you on Friday. And, mate, we appreciate everything you've done for us in 2025.
Boys, been a pleasure, lads. And
You've left your reading glasses here, Matthew.
I've got your reading glasses right here.
yeah, I know. Left them at FanFest.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's
you were a
right.
big hit down there. You were a massive hit down there. All my friends were telling you were very, very polite to everyone.
Yeah, it's a shame none of the Knights turned up. But anyway, them's the breaks.
Them the breaks. Matthew, enjoy your day
Right
out
on,
with
boys.
Trish, mate. Say good day to her for us, and we appreciate you for New Tech. See you, mate.
Good on you, boys. Thanks, tourists. See you, boys.
You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.